What up, your Timmers here. Now, last night I of course went ahead and did my top 100 anticipated movies of next year. But I'm not. There's not everything I'm looking forward to next year. So I am going to be doing my top 10 least anticipated films of next year. Films that I'm not really even sure it's even going to be all that good. Films I only even anticipate. Films that could easily end up being in my worst of the year of next year list. So with that being said, here's my 10 least anticipated movies of next year. All right. Coming in at number 10, I'm going to go with The Devil's Light. Now, where they did not drop this trailer online yet. I mean, I actually just saw this trailer when I went to see. Think it, I think it was when I went to see Antlers back in October. And sad to say, the trailer just did not really do much for me. Let me pull up. Now, it is an exorcism film, and to be honest, exorcism movies lately just hasn't really sit right with me. And in this film, it's about a young nun who comes face to face with a demonic force while performing her first exorcism. The cast includes Jacob Byers, Nicholas Ralph, Regina Madsen, Christian Navarro, the late actor Ben Cross. You got some really cool talent involved, but sad to say, the trailer did not really sit right. It just did not look all that scary. I mean, I'm getting a bit of a Devil Inside vibe. Remember that horror movie that came out years ago, Devil Inside? I'm getting a bit of that vibe here. So yeah, I'm not really want to shoot joke about this one. All right, number nine. It's a little disappointing because I actually did quite like the first film, and the director is on the road with his new movie Belfast. But sad to say, number nine, I'm gonna go with Death on the Nile. I mean, I probably would have been excited for this, and to be honest, I'm not really. I did not add this movie in my list because of the whole Army Hammer situation and everything. But to be honest, the trailer that they got released, I know it looked okay, just didn't really blew me away or anything like that. And Kenneth Branagh, I mean, I love Kenneth Branagh, but sad to say, I think this is probably going to be a step of backwards. It's a shame too because of course he is coming off of Belfast, which might actually win Best Picture at the Oscars. But and it's a shame too because I did quite like the cast involved in this as well. Yes, you got Armie Hammer, which I don't know how they're gonna be. I don't even. I swear, I don't even think this movie's even coming out next year. I don't even think this is gonna come to there. Some reason I think this is gonna go to like maybe streaming or something because the whole Armie Hammer situation is probably gonna toss in this movie. And you also have a other really cool cast that obviously you got kind of Brian Harper reprising his role as you know he is of course reprising his role as the as Detective Hercule Poirot. I can never really remember the character's name. And the cast, besides Brian Hart and Hammer, the other cast members include the likes of Gal Gadot, Letitia Wright, Tom Bateman, Emma McKay. You also got Annette Bennings in this, Russell Brand. You got some really cool cast members, but it's actually just I don't know. Maybe another show will come out, and maybe I'll be more interested. But yeah, I'm not really too much excited for this one. All right, number eight, I'm gonna go with Redeeming Love. Now, this is also a shame because it is actually directed by a director I do quite appreciate, and that director is DJ Caruso, who also directed Disturbia, which I thought was really cool. But the trailer for this did drop not so long ago, and I did not really appreciate it too much. Redeeming Love, I believe, is actually based on a book, if I'm not mistaken. And it's about Angel, who was sold into prostitution as a child, has survived through hatred and self-loathing in 1850s California, where she meets Michael Jose, and she discovers there is no brokenness that love can heal. The cast does include Winx Club star Abigail Cohen, Tom Lewis, Nina Dobrev, Eric Dane. You got Famke Janssen's in this, Logan Marshall Green. You got some really cool cast members in this, but the trailer did look a little boring. It was not like it just wasn't all that crack up to be. So yeah, I'm not really all that excited for this one. And it's coming out in January, so that sort of tells you something too. All right. Coming in at number seven, I'm gonna go with the King Star. Now, this movie has been in the pipeline for years. I mean, this is literally a movie that's been shot since 2014, I believe. And it does have really cool cast. You got the likes of Pierce Brosnan, you got Kyle Scadario, William. You also got who else is in this? Rachel Griffiths, and it's directed by Sean McNamara, who's directed some stuff that I really quite liked. He of course directed Bratz. He directed what else he did? Soul Surfer. Now the King's Daughter is here's what it's about. Hoping to active immortality, King Louis captures a mermaid and steals her life force, but a discovery by his legitimate daughter drags to ruin the king's plan. Yeah, this does not look also great. I mean, you could tell that this I mean, this thing has been in the pipeline for years. Like this movie was shot in 2014, kept getting delayed, and it's already coming out in January. So that tells you something right there. Uh, I mean, I like Pierce Brosnan, but he looks horrible in this. To be honest with you, I mean, sometimes Pierce Brosnan could be a hit and miss of an actor, And sad to say, this looks like it's gonna be one of them. So yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe I'll go ahead and see the movie and I'm like, okay, this is a really good surprise. But sad to say, yeah, not all that excited for this one. All right, six. I'm still not sure this thing's even coming out this next year because I literally had this in my list of favorite film of last year and even this year. But I'm pretty confident it could come out next year, and that is Kung Fury 2. And I don't even think we have an actual I really don't even think we have an actual actual Kung Fury film that got released before. But it is adapted from Kung Fury. It's directed by David Sammer, not to be confused with David S. Sammer, the director behind Shazam. Kung Fury, I kid you not. Here is what the stupid synopsis is about with this movie. Kung Fury battles Hitler and a mysterious new villain in 1985 Miami. Together with Thunder Cops, King Fury takes on notorious villains as he travels through time and space to defeat evil once and for all. This sounds horrible. I mean, I'm not much of a history buff, but I'm pretty sure Hitler died in like in the 50s and stuff like that. So what I mean, this sounds just straight up horrible. One, you do got Michael Fassbender, who, sad to say, he is a bit of a this actor. Most of the stuff he's been in, the Snowman was not so good. Assassin's Creed was pretty terrible. So, yeah, I love Mike Fassbender, but sometimes lately he has been a mess of an actor. Hopefully he'll be good in that Taika Waititi soccer movie. Next Go Wins, I think he's in that. Now this also has believe it or not, you also got Arnold Schwarzenegger who's playing the president of the United States in this. David Sandberg is also starring this as Kung Fury. You even got David Hasselhoff of all people. I mean, and I kid you not, David Hasselhoff is literally playing a character named Hoff 9000. So pretty much like a Terminator ripoff here. It sounds just straight up horrible. I mean, I love a good kung fu movie. Maybe this will take us back to the old, iconic kung fu stuff. But sad to say, just the synopsis of this sounds just plain old bad. So, yeah. All right. Five, I'm gonna go with Trigger Warning. Now, this is actually a Netflix original, and let me pull the phone. Now, this is a film that stars Jessica Alba, who I always do quite like Alba and stuff, but sometimes she could be a mess of an actress here. And it is now Trigger Warning centers on a traumatized veteran played by Jessica Alba who inherits her grandfather's bar and faces a morals dilemma after learning the truth behind his ultimate death. Now, the cast list also includes Anthony Michael Hall coming off of Halloween Kills. You also got Jake Wary is also in this. I mean, Netflix could be, I don't know, maybe this could be like, Extraction where it'll come out, come a surprise, or maybe like Kate, I guess. But sad to say, this just does not sound all that great. Jessica Alba, sometimes her action stuff, like, I believe the last time I actually saw her in a movie was probably, what was that? the Mechanics sequel. I think that was like the last time I actually saw her or something. So yeah, she's been taking a break here and there, but I don't know. Sadly, sometimes she hasn't always been some of the best stuff. So I mean, I didn't mind the first Fantastic Four, but yeah, I don't know. This movie maybe could be a surprise, but I don't know. I'm just not all that excited for it. All right, number four. I'm going to go with a big one, and that is any Bruce Willis movies coming out in 2022. That's right. I'm not even putting just one film. I'm putting a lot of movies he has coming out because, sad to say, Bruce Willis just hasn't done for me lately. I mean, there was a time. Obviously, I was way ahead of time, but I'm sure there was a time during the '80s where he was like all over the town with Die Hard and all. But I mean, with movies like let me pull up some of his recent credit he's done. With stuff like Epics, with Deadlock. He has this movie called Fortress coming out, Cosmic Sin, Hard Kill. I mean, what this guy just has not done all like he was actually pretty good in Mother's Brooklyn. I'll put that down there, bro. And it was pretty cool seeing him pop up in Glass. And I did not. I'm one of the rare folks who did not mind that Death Wish remake. But most of his stuff lately just hasn't done right. I mean, Midnight and the Switchgrass, yeah. Now here's some of the stuff he has coming out next year: Gasoline Alley, A Day to Die, The Wrong Place, Vendetta, Die Like Lovers, Corrective Measures, White Elephants. He has Paradise City, which I should be interested in because it's a Pulp Fiction reunion between John Travolta and Bruce Willis. But even John Travolta has done some of the best stuff lately. But then he also has Fortress 2, which, okay, I'm sure the new one's going to do so well. But yeah, I mean, these movies just sound like they could be really bad. Most likely straight to DVD type of stuff. So yeah, Bruce Willis really needs a comeback. Like, oh boy, I mean, he really needs. I don't know, maybe a Netflix thing could probably work. They were talking that he could possibly return for Die Hard 5, but I don't know. We'll see if that ever, or Die Hard 6, I should. Yeah, Die Hard 6, I should say. But who knows if that's ever going to come out? I mean, yeah, Bruce Willis really needs a big comeback here. All right, number three. I'm still not sure this is even going to come out next year, but it is the 365 Days sequel. I mean, this 355 Days was a pretty bland like erotic based film. I mean, it was pretty much like a a poor man's version of 50 Shades of Grey. Like I believe it was a Danish film. Yeah, it was Danish. So yeah, I mean, this was I don't mind risky stuff. Bring on the filter. But the first 355 days was in my top 10 worst movies of that year. And it, of course, got a lot of controversy because I'm not going to go too much details of the controversy, but yeah. Why are they doing a sequel is still beyond me, but I don't know. Maybe the first film was a really hit on Netflix, so maybe that could be it. But yeah, and I mean the first film also pretty much won lots of Razzies, so yeah, I guess they want some more Razzies there. Anywho, uh, coming in at number two, I'm gonna go with Ever Ever After, which is a stupid title. Now, of course, After Ever After is a fault to pretty much to the after film franchise, and yeah, well, it's actually called After Ever Happy. My bad, but yeah, this definitely I like it. The after movies has not been also great. Like here, this time around, you got like you pretty much got Tessa. You got like Josephine Langford coming back as Tessa with Hero finds Tiffin as Hana, which let's be fair. Hero finds Tiffin, by the way, is actually the son of one of the greatest actors we've had in Oscar, Ray Fiennes. So yeah, you would expect him to get some acting lessons from his dad. But anywho, now here's what the file is supposed to be about. As a shocking truth about the couple's family emerges, the two lovers discover that they are not so different from each other. Tessa is no longer the sweet, simple good girl she was when she met Hardin, anymore than he is cruel, moody, and the boy she fell in love for. They are also supposed to be like do some sort of prequel to after as well. I mean, these after movies just has not like they're just pretty much like a poor man's 50 Shades of Grey. You know, they're pretty much like Harry Styles fan fiction as well. They are based on YA novels. I mean, they are not good movies at all. Like the recent after we fell, I think it was called. That's literally my top 10 worst movies of the year. So yeah, when I go ahead and do my top 10 worst movies of the year later this month, bit of a spoiler, the Dirt After may or may not be in that list. So keep your eye out for that one. But yeah, this is probably gonna end up in my top 10 worst movies of next year too. So yeah, they're not all that great. I don't know, maybe this is not for me, I guess. But anywho, now what is the least anticipated film? My number one least anticipated film coming out next year is Moonfall. Now, one major reason is because it is directed by Roland Emmerich, who of course did gave us Independence Day, yes, and I didn't mind White House Down, but some of his stuff recent has not been all that great. Like Independence Day Resurgence was just what's god awful. Of course, um, dang, what was that one movie he did? Midway, that was not so good. So yeah, he has not done some great stuff lately. And the trail for this, I mean, it's a shame too because I do quite like the cast involved. You got the likes of Patrick Wilson. You got Micah Pena, Halle Berry's in this. Great cast, and the visuals look decent. But to be honest, I think this movie is going to be made far when it get released. I'm telling you that right now. I don't know how much it's going to make, but I can tell you right now, it's going to be the biggest flop of next year. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a surprise and all, but the trailers that have been released has not really done right for me. This probably could easily just be a streaming film, but I don't know. Maybe they think it's actually gonna make some money. Maybe it will. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not all that excited for Moonfall at all. Anywho, sorry about that. That's okay. All right, that's pretty much it. Let me do a quick rundown. 10, The Devil's Light. 9, Death on the Nile. 8, Redeeming Love. 7, The King's Daughter. 6, Kung Fury 2. 5, Trigger Warning. 4, any Bruce Willis movies coming out in 2022. 3, 365 Days sequel. 2, After Ever Happy, which is a terrible title, shit, by the way. And number 1, Moonfall. Now, there's probably some other ones coming out next year, too. Like, I'm not like the world's biggest Bob's Burger fan, so I'm probably not all that excited for the movie yet. There is actually like Machine Gun Kelly is actually directing a movie for some reason next year, so I don't know if that's gonna be any good or not. Uh, let's see what else we got coming out. This movie with Danny Trejo called The Legend of La Llorona looks pretty terrible. Let's see. Oh, what else? War Hunt looks pretty terrible. What else we got here? The Liam Neeson movie Black Eye. Hopefully, it's better than that recent film he did on Netflix this year. Let's see. Ambulance could be interesting. What else we got here? I am actually interested in Downton Abbey, the sequel. I thought the first film was decent. Lost Navy D with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. I don't know. I'm actually interested. I'm just not too hyped for it. Let's see. I was actually even to add Fantastic Beasts Secrets of Dumbledore, but then I like little teaser got really down. I'm like, okay, we'll see how this shapes up. All right. Legal Blonde 3, I still don't think it's coming out next year, but anything could happen, I guess. Shotgun Wedding with Jennifer Lopez. Actually, that Marry Me movie looks like it could be cute and charming, but I don't know. I thought the trailer looked okay, but yeah, sometimes J-Lo could be a hit and miss too. And she has like Shotgun Wedding with Josh and Mel, which I think could not be all that great. despite being from the same director, Pitch Perfect, but still. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm just adding. Let me leave to you guys. What are some of your top least anticipated movies coming out next year? Like movies you and I are that excited about. Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Sid Movie signing out.